myself. What the fuck?
We are so damn out of touch. Schools are boxes, these big clean boxes where we put kids so the world feels organized, the floors shine, the clocks tick, and the lights hum. We stuff everything they need to know into white walls, whiteboards, and a projector screen. It's a flawless, timeless system to create functional adults, right? We've all seen what school is like these days. Their short attention span, interrupting, disassociated, anxious, restless, chaotic motherfuckers. Sometimes we generalize and say kids are getting dumber. We can't fool these kids anymore. They're not misbehaving. Their functioning has adapted precisely to the conditions around them. A disconnected, instant gratification world. Do we really want them to think that their path to success in this world is sitting still, shutting up, and doing their absolute bestest on all of their tests? We should have slightly more concern for the kids who do believe that. There are many bones to pick with education. One guy nailed it 10 years ago.
Albert said, "Stupid below, Your Honor. Fish climb trees. Do you realize how many kids snap back hats? Ladies and gentlemen, climb a tree."
It was very inspirational. Very inspirational. They used to taunt us with this by showing it in school to inspire us, and then they'd go straight into and there's this systems thinking trap in education. Every kid has a right to an education, right? And we understand creating and implementing a system for dispensing that is a highly challenging endeavor. And every time something isn't working, the solution is always framed as more funding, more staff, more specialists, more programming, more curriculum outcomes, more documentation, more accommodations, more boxes to tick. And that's how the box works. Good luck suggesting a system to any government or administration. The infrastructure already exists. We can take it down, build all new schools, new conditions, a whole new world. No. We could rework the system to fit within the existing infrastructure. Sure, but how? Money's tight too. But unfortunately, the most efficient, effective, and financially viable option is so blatantly in front of all of us. Take them outside of the box. No, literally, make these damn kids go outside. We can get more into the cool science later, but the truth is, kids learn better and behave better outside.
We get them out in absolutely every weather.
And it is for the simplest reason imaginable.
That day we were only 25 minutes
outside, their bodies finally make sense again.
Every day, and we did. Make sure you kind of hang on tight, okay, sweetie? There was almost 3 months straight of indoor recess for the students at the school, and we were able to get outside.
Much of my post-secondary life was entirely inhumane. My body was a transport vessel for my growing brain. My brain made this great choice to take on tremendous debt for the prospect of riches and education. I was barely sleeping, barely eating, mostly indoors, never photosynthesizing. It was just nicotine, caffeine, Laffy Taffy, and a screen inches from my face. My first year was almost entirely online too. And it worked, sort of. I was reading lots, completing assignments, decolonizing my sick little mind, learning to teach the next generation. Thankfully, my daughter would drag me outside to play with her. I'd always come back in, happier, energized, finally hungry for some reason, more capable of focusing on work, more optimistic about the future. No correlation, right? Something so simple hit me. I forgot I'm a human being. Literal animal, a complex biological creature. And hey, I'm a pretty smart guy. I know all about the power of nutrition and exercise and spending time outside and socializing and all the things I was neglecting because they didn't seem important. The things that are literal neurochemical biological requirements for human animal to function at all. What's wrong with these kids? Fucking buddy, what's wrong with us? Look, none of this is new. Every culture older than indoor plumbing already knew that learning comes from place. Land, community, weather, people, consequence. David A. Grunewald shows up in 2013 and basically says, hey, maybe students should learn in the actual social, cultural, ecological, and political realities they live in. What? He calls place curriculum, not decor. And he's right, the world isn't background, it's the teacher. Ronald Carver says learning only works when action, reflection, and meaning happen in the same universe. In the real world, that cycle is baked right in, but in classrooms, teachers are forced to roleplay reality just to make that connection happen. It's just this weird simulation of the real world. And the science, yes, the science is embarrassingly unanimous. Koo, Barnes, and Jordan basically prove that nature is performance enhancing for the brain, like better attention, better working memory, better motivation. Jessica Mann, Tonya Gray, and Sun Strong point out that outdoor learning builds the exact skills we pretend to care about in 21st century education. Adaptability, collaboration, problem solving, creativity. Turns out kids learn to work together faster when they actually have to navigate something, not just sit beside someone in alphabetical order. And Gregory A. Smith, my dog, he very politely says the quiet part out loud. Traditional schooling is so rigid it chokes the life out of learning. But place-based approaches break the pattern and make content alive again. And of course, we cannot forget about indigenous land-based education. The things settlers could have learned from centuries ago if they weren't so busy. UNESCO, or UNESCO, lays it out clearly. The land is the teacher of relationality, responsibility, stewardship, actual human values, not just learning outcomes. Everything outdoor education claims to do, indigenous nations have been doing it since forever. Basically, every nation had been pre-industrial revolution. So after all the research, here is the fancy academic conclusion. Being outside works because humans evolved outside. That's it. That's the whole damn mystery. It's not that we're primitive, but because we're incredibly complex. We built cities, screens, schools, and futures our bodies never got time to evolve for. So when we step outside, it isn't regression, it's recalibration. It's the world reminding us that long before curriculum, we learned by touching, moving, noticing, navigating. Outdoor learning works so effectively because it reconnects our modern minds to the ancient operating system they still run on. It's not crunchy. It's not going to result in kids who can't read or do math. It's not a ploy to get us to return to monkey. And it's not a one or the other thing. Classrooms are wonderful. Being inside is great. It's its own unique and special place that deserves its value and reverence. Trust me, we do not want to go back to pre-industrial education. It just means something that we all already knew intuitively. These damn kids need some more time in the real world. Alright, well, let's see the Saskatchewan curriculum in action. It is a bitterly cold day out here. But that's just life. Alright, can you tell me what you notice about all of these trees this time of year?
The leaves fell off.
Now, what season is it?
It's like in the middle of fall and winter.
Mm-hmm. And when did the leaves start falling off the trees?
In the fall.
Mm-hmm. Now, let me ask you something. Let's use our critical thinking.
Okay.
Why would all the leaves fall off the trees
Because
before winter?
Well, evergreen leaves stay on, but the rest of them fall off because it's too cold. It's too all that cold weather for them to have.
All right, shall we do a little bit of snow math?
Yep.
All right, well, let me write you an equation. So if we saw 10 deer
Okay, 10.
plus 9 bunnies, then how many animals did we see?
19.
Wait a minute. I think we're forgetting 2 animals.
Uh-huh.
What 2 animals are we forgetting?
Because we're animals, well, technically. But we're talking about like actual animals, not like him. Whatever we were doing, I forget what we were doing. I was a kid, the guards are like, we did something, and then actually it was a race. And we were racing to the outside of the gym. And after starting running, before she said it start to go, I ripped out my tooth.
Oh my God.
then
So she was counting down 1, 2, 3, go. And
And then
in your head,
when
you
she
were
said
going 1, 2, 3,
three,
pull.
I pulled it out.
Oh my goodness.
There's some animal trash. What animal do you think it is?
Well, what animal do you think it is?
I think it's a white-tailed deer. Because of those little tiny ones.
All right, so you know how you're using what kind of words in English now? You guys are focusing on being more, descriptive, right? So tell me, what is this big blue thing above us?
The sky.
Now, can we find some more descriptive words for the
Well,
sky?
well, right now it's sunset and the sky kind of like orangish pink.
So we can focus on the color, but now what if we're being poetic and we're thinking very creatively? How would you say the sky makes you feel?
Happy.
Happy. Do we have a stronger word than happy?
Excited.
Excited.
Yeah.
So maybe we could say the sun is setting on an...
Beautiful day.
I was gonna say on an excited... Wait, the sun is setting on an excited...
Day.
I was gonna say sky. All right, kiddo. So what can you tell me about place-based learning? Have you ever heard of place-based learning before?
It's kind of learning outside.
Yeah, well, that's exactly it. It's like learning outside.
Yeah.
Now,
You can learn a lot outside.
now, why do you think learning outside would be beneficial to kids opposed to learning everything in the classroom?
Because outside you could interact with nature and like have fun and like interact with everything outside. You can't interact with these things out inside, and whenever you go outside, it's a lot better. Like it's a lot more beneficial.
Couldn't have said it better myself, buddy. Let's go! All right, race you in the field. You know, I was gonna have more to say to wrap it up at the end there, but honestly, she did in fact nail it. Thank you.